Hello again and welcome to another sneak peek. It's been a time since the last one, so I decided to make a new one, but despite being a sneak peek, it actually talks about other stuff and how it's used now. We'll talk about buffers, regulators and filters. So let's go. The first thing is the chest buffer. As you all know, on the 1.6 we had it, but now the recipe is a lot more friendly. Just a conveyor mode, a circuit, chest and the machine keys. Even though the conveyor is not that cheap. You simply place it in the wall and you have a chest. You can use all this chest how you want to store items. And you can see it have the same size as a normal chest. This may not have much use on the normal play if you have mods like iron chest, but you can stack them together like this and have your compact storage system nearby. As you know, these all are electric, but they don't require energy to store items. I can place this code and place all here, and nothing happens. It only consumes energy to actually output items. So if I put an item here, it will start to spill. This can be used to set little buffers, as the name say, on machines. But one thing this can be used to is that you can scroll the output to say how much items it will output at each time. Let's say 1, so it's only 1 item get out. And here we have. If I place a chest, what will happen? It will treat each slot as one entire stack and will place only 1 ore on each slot. So let's place this. And as you see, 16 stacks of 1 golden ore. This is really useful for a lot of machines, especially the packer to do your stuff. So you can use the chest buffers to store your items on the walls, because as you know, you can't stack much chest size and you need to be an open space to open a chest. So these buffers can be used to either store or either buffer items for machines to operate. But this is the most basic version. We have created a better version, because this, as you see, have very little slots, but we have the super, where is it? Here we go. Level 3 super buffer, buffering up to stack of 256 stacks. That is a lot of thing to store on a single item. But as you can see, we don't have the GUI. But even so, you can still use this. You just need to insert items like a hopper, and you place your ore here and the ore store. Where? On the data orb, and as you can expect, it requires the data orb to make this thing, so this makes this very expensive, because you need a lot of data storage and those require advanced circuits. You can use this buffer just like the other one offline. Let us pick the range. And for some machines, the orientation of rotation is inverted. And you can set the stack size to all your stuff. Normally, I would make one of the stack to 9 to use the packer to put together the tiny dusters I get from the or washing and centrifuging. And you can extract the items from it even offline. All you need to do is place the hopper below it, and it will remove the items. Or you can use another machine to remove the items from the super buffer even out offline. This for AI setups probably will help a lot, since they stores a lot of items and uses almost no space and don't need power. The normal buffer and the super buffer don't require power to store items, only to output items, so you can work with them offline. Moving on, we have our first machine to help us in automations. It is both the item filter and the item type filter. Those beauties do just as the name say. One have a grid where you can specify what it will accept it, and the other you say what it should take based on types. So, if you have a line of pipes like here, like I just said, and specify one item to remove, or a type of item, when the item passes to it, it is going to grab it. As you see, this is set to chest, so it's grabbing everything. And here we go, the last chest is here. Now let's start the R, but the R should not be here, because the filter say no. But this one say, hey, I want all your R, and the R is here. And when the R is over, it's gonna start to send the hopper. Not here, not here, and you just goes it away. It comes this to separate items from your line, but the filters can also be used for other stuff. If you place a filter and place a conveyor mode on it and set to import to some inventory like a chest, and then you configure it to get the item, every time the item arrive on the chest, it's gonna be pulled off. On this case, it don't pull because when the conveyor mode is attached to a machine, it requires energy to work. So once I connect this power, it should start splitting the items. And time soon. Here we go. So you can use filters to actually take items from inventory like a chest or a super buffer. So in theory you can have a buffer with like 4 filters around it, and they'll take all the items you set to them to take off. Now moving on for the 30 and last item, we have the low voltage regulator. It's look very weird and has this strange GUI, but it's actually a very simple machine. It just combine the effects of filter and the buffer together, and you can also set the slot you're gonna use, because on some machines like this basic centrifuge, you have slots here, and material needed to be in the specific slot. So I want to have cells here, and I want to have the product here. But since the base centrifuge has so many recipes, I don't want the machine to be clogged with the incomplete recipe. So I use the regulator for this. Let's say I want empty cells. And I can say how much I want. I want 16 on slot 5 or 6. Probably more. 7, 8, 9. There we go. I want to have 18 empty cells on slot 5, which is this one, and I want to have 10 headstone on the slot 4, which is this one. So when I place the cells, boom, they're gone. They're right here, all the cells I want, no more, no less. If I take half of it, when it's update, it's gonna replenish it, just as you see. But it only plays if I have a knock. Let's say if I place just one cell. It will not put that because I said 18 and only 18 will be placed on that slot. No more, no less. Same with Hedgestone. I said place 10. If I place 9, nothing will happen. But when I place one more, it's gone. Now it's only waiting for the cells. When I give the cells, it is started. So for machines like the base centrifuge, the electrolyzer, the chemical reactor, and all the stuff, you can use the regulator to place only the set amount of items you require for recipe. So don't have the machine clogged with unnecessary material. Well then, this is One God. Thank you for watching, and see you again.